You grow up in Akron, a city where the mills closed before you were born and the courts stayed open all night because nobody had money to lock the gates. Basketball isn't a sport here. It's a clock. Something to do until something else happens. Your first ball is flat. Not deflated, flat. Your uncle finds it behind the rec centre on Prospect Avenue, pumps it up with a gas station needle and hands it to you like it's a gift. Because it is. You're 7. The ball bounces funny, low on the left side. So you learn to dribble right first. You don't know this is shaping you. You're just outside. By 9, you're at the court every day. 6:45 am. Not because anyone told you, because the older kids leave at 7, and that 1 hour alone with the rim teaches you things you can never learn with people watching. You learn the left corner of the backboard catches morning light differently from the right. You learn your release at 11 feet needs to be 3 inches higher than at 15, or you hit the front of the rim. Every single time. You count your makes. You keep the number in your head all day. Some days it's the only number you know. There's a man named Roland at the rec centre. He's 58, maybe 60, nobody really knows. He runs the after-school program and mops the floors, and sometimes, when the gym is empty, he sits in the bleachers and watches you. He never coaches you, he never tells you what to do, but one afternoon when you're 11 and your form is breaking down under fatigue, he walks down from the bleachers and stands behind you and says, "The ball leaves last. Your legs go first, then your core, then your arm, then the ball. In that order, every time." He walks back to the bleachers. That's all he says. You shoot for another hour. You don't miss once. Roland dies in February of your 8th grade year. Heart attack. In the parking lot, 6 am. You find out from a flyer on the rec centre door. You go inside and shoot for 3 hours. Nobody bothers you. You make 214 consecutive free throws that day. You count every one. By 16, you're averaging 28 points a game in a league that nobody scouts and everybody talks about. College coaches are calling the house phone your mother's house, the one on East Market where the porch step is broken and has been since 2009. Your mother doesn't know what to say to them, so she hands you the phone mid-conversation and leaves the room. You learn to talk to men in suits while standing in a kitchen where the cabinet door is held on with electrical tape. You choose the school 2 states away, not because of the program, because of the distance. You need to find out what you are without everyone from home watching. You average 22 points as a freshman, 26 as a sophomore. Scouts appear in the 3rd row. They don't take notes. They just watch. You learn to feel them watching without looking at them. You learn to perform without performing. That's the thing nobody explains to you. At a certain level, the game stops being about wanting it more and starts being about never letting anyone see how much you want it. The draft comes. You go 6th. You sit in a green room in Brooklyn with 4 other players, and when your name is called, you stand up, and your legs work, and your face does what faces do, and inside you are somewhere very far away. Somewhere on a flat court on Prospect Avenue at 6:45 in the morning with a ball that bounces funny. On the left side. The first 3 years are a kind of beautiful violence. Your body learns what NBA pace means. Not fast, everyone fast. You shave 0.4 seconds off your pull-up release by changing your footwork on the gather step. You study opposing defenders and learn that the elite ones shade 2 inches off your dominant hand at the point of attack, not 3, because 2 forces the decision without telegraphing the scheme. You adjust. You attack the side they shade to. You hit at 61% from floater range before anyone figures out what you're doing. Year 4. The franchise trades away your best teammate. The front office calls it a rebuild. You call it nothing. Out loud. You say the right things in the press conference. You say the right things for another 2 years. Inside the locker room, you begin to understand that the game you play and the business you work in are 2 different countries with the same flag. The first compromise happens quietly. A team executive asks you not to play the 4th quarter of a back-to-back in March. The team is already out of playoff contention. You understand the logic. You sit. Nobody makes a big deal of it. 3 weeks later, you sit again. This time, you're not injured, and everyone in the arena can see you're not injured. You sign the form the team puts in front of you. You say the word precautionary in 4 separate interviews. You've never been precautionary in your life. The second compromise is bigger. The team is rebuilding and wants to tank for the lottery. Management doesn't say the word tank. They say player development. They say minutes management. They say long-term vision. What they mean is lose, strategically, efficiently, at a controlled rate. And you, the franchise player, the face of the team, the name on the billboard on I-75, are being asked to be good enough to fill seats and not good enough to win games. You've spent 20 years learning how to win. They're asking you to hold it, like holding a door halfway open, like running 80% of the way. You do it. You're not proud of it, but you understand it, and understanding it is its own kind of corruption. The night it crystallizes is a Tuesday in December. Cleveland. You're down 4 with 6 minutes left. You have 24 points. Your defender is tired, you can see it in how he's setting his feet a half-second late, turning his hips before the cut. In the old version of you, the one that existed before the forms and the press conferences and the minutes management, you destroy him. You go for 35, and you pull the team to within 1, and you put yourself in a position to win a game you were paid, indirectly, to lose. Instead, you take a contested mid-range. It goes in, but barely. You run back. The clock runs out. The team loses by 2. You sit in the trainer's room afterward for a long time. The building empties. The lights go out in the arena section by section. You can hear the last of the cleanup crew moving through the upper deck. You count the sounds. You've always counted things. The trade request comes the following March. You handle it professionally. You say new opportunity and mutual agreement and nothing but respect. The team releases a statement. You release a statement. Everything is released. You go to a contender. You go to Phoenix. You're 29. Your body still works the way you need it to work. Your pull-up is at 58% now, down from 62%. But your passing has become something else entirely. Years of playing without weapons has made you into a weapon creator. You see the floor the way a man sees a room he's memorized in the dark. You know where the space will open 1.4 seconds before it opens. You can't explain how you know. You just know. You go deep in the playoffs. Conference finals. Game 6. You score 31 points on 23 shots. The efficiency is not the story. The story is the last 90 seconds. Down 2. You get the ball at the elbow. Your defender is the best in the league, 6'6", 230, lateral quickness that makes most guards look like they're moving through water. You've studied him for 72 hours across 2 weeks. You know he favors inside on the drive. You know he shifts his weight to the left heel when he anticipates the pull-up. You know that if you jab right and hold for 0.8 seconds he will commit, and the lane will be open by 14 inches. You do it. The lane opens by 14 inches. You score. Down 1. You foul intentionally on the other end. They hit 1 of 2. Tied. 11 seconds. You call no timeout. You know your team. You know the floor. You receive the inbound. You attack the right side. You draw 2 defenders. And you hit the open corner shooter. A 34% three-point shooter who has had 2 weeks to think about this moment. And he catches it clean and it goes in and the arena becomes something that has no name. You don't win the championship that year. You lose in the finals in 7. The last shot is contested. It goes halfway down and comes out. You sit in the locker room for a long time afterward. Your teammates shower and dress and find their families. You sit in your practice clothes and you think about Roland, and the flat ball, and the broken porch step, and the forms you signed, and Tuesday in Cleveland. You're 31 now, still in the league, still elite by any reasonable measure. You've become something more specific than great. You've become the kind of player that makes other players better in ways that don't show up until you're gone. What you represent isn't just skill. It's what skill looks like when it's been tested by a system that profits from your talent while asking you to contain it. The franchise player is always the face and never fully the architect. They put your name on the billboard. They manage your minutes. They release the statement. You keep playing because the ball still leaves last. Your legs go first, then your core, then your arm, then the ball. In that order. Every time. If you've ever had to perform within limits that weren't yours, you already know this story. Watch the game differently tonight.